Dip and crackers are one of those things that just kind of seem to always be around. But if you're trying to eat healthy, it's really hard to find one in the grocery store that doesn't have a bunch of junk ingredients like this. You're talking about seed oils, MSG, all kind of stuff you can't even pronounce. The great news is you can make an even better dip at home using simple ingredients. It's fast, it's absolutely delicious, and it's a whole lot better for you. Crackers are exactly the same. They're full of all kind of junk ingredients, they're full of carbs, and they're just not great for a healthy lifestyle. The great news about crackers though is you can make some awesome healthy crackers with only 3 ingredients that take almost no time, and they're crunchy, they stand up good to a dip, and you can feel good about eating them and maintaining your healthy lifestyle. So today on Southern Keto, let's make a healthy dip and some crackers. Stick around. So first of all, I've got this family heirloom butter churn. It's probably over 100 years old. We ain't using it, I just want to let you know I had one. The first thing I'm going to do is start on these crackers. I'm going to take half a cup of ground flaxseed, and you may be saying, oh Victor, that's processed. Well, the process for that is you take the seeds, you throw them in a blender or a spice grinder, and you grind them up until they make a powder. That's not processed. Processed and ultra-processed foods use chemicals, and they strip all the nutrition out of it. There's a difference between processed and ultra-processed. The next ingredient is a 1/4 cup of chia seeds. And I always put links to everything I use down in the description, so if you can't get to it easily locally, you can always order it off Amazon. The only other ingredient for these is half a cup of warm water. Pour this in. I'm gonna give it a good stir just to combine it, and I'm gonna leave it sitting here for about 5-10 minutes before we move on to the next step. And I'll gather all the ingredients together to make this dip. See you in a second. The first part of this dip is baking, because nothing bad ever happens when you start with bacon. So I'm gonna take 4 or 5 pieces on this microwave bacon grill, and I'm telling you right now, we got 2 of these for the house and 2 for the camper. If you don't have one, you need to pick it up. I haven't cooked bacon any other way than this since we got it, other than maybe if we were camping and I just wanted to cook outside. I'm gonna throw 5 pieces of this bacon in here. You can use more if you want to. I'm gonna cook it for 7 minutes, and when it's done, I'll be back to show you the next step. So let's start this thing off right with Old Yeller. Now to Old Yeller, I've got a cup of Greek yogurt, and this is the brand I bought. I really love this brand. It's one of the few that you can actually trust. And you want a whole milk yogurt here. I know sometimes I use a low fat for texture and different things, but you really want a full fat, which is really better for you anyway. Sometimes low fat's better for textures, but this is a fantastic brand if you can find it. And if you use the El Ruderai yogurt or Sibo yogurt, you can use this as well. And you probably won't have to strain it like I am here. I'm just trying to get out some of the extra liquid, and if carbs are a concern, straining that whey out of there helps get rid of some of the carbs as well. So all I've got here is a piece of cheesecloth. You can see some of that whey is drained off there. I've left this sitting for about an hour. Just get as much of it out as you can so it's as thick as it can possibly be. You can still use this if you make your own mayonnaise. You can dump this into your mayonnaise to help extend the shelf life of it, or the fridge life of it. So I'm gonna get this out of here and I'll show you the next step. I wanna go ahead and get my crackers in the oven because they've been sitting long enough. So I've got a parchment paper lined baking sheet here. And this is what this looks like once it soaks up all the water and everything. So it's kind of like a little loaf of bread right there. I'm just gonna take another piece of parchment paper, put it right down on here, press it out nice and thin, and I'll show you what that looks like when I get done. And you can use a little rolling pin to help you out too. And you can definitely double this recipe if you want to, and just pull that parchment out. If you got a little bit right there, cut it off, add it to this, and roll it out again. We'll make it look real pretty, and I'll show you what to do next. So this is looking pretty good as I can get it anyway. And I'm gonna take this pizza wheel, and just because I love this sound, I'm gonna pull the guard off. I mean, come on now. I'm just gonna cut this into little squares so that we can have some real legit looking crackers. And that end right there is going to be for me. Hey, this is rustic, right? They ain't all be the same size, but you can make them the same size if you want to. I know I just messed with somebody's OCD right there. I've got my oven preheated to 325 degrees. I tried 350 also. 325 is a great temperature. I'm going to put these in there for 15 minutes. and I'll show you what to do next. I've got some sharp cheddar cheese here. You're gonna use about a cup. So it's 1 part yogurt, 1 part cheese. And you always wanna grate cheese up yourself. Not only is it cheaper that way, but the pre-shredded cheese has a lot of fillers in it and anti-caking agents that are a lot of times made from wood pulp. So unless you're not getting your recommended daily allowance of wood pulp, just leave that alone. That's about a cup-ish. Hey, don't sweat it. If you got a little bit more, you got a little bit more. Throw that right in the mix. That's a little more. I'm gonna chop up a green onion. If you don't have green onion, this is totally optional. But I happen to have some and grow these out in the garden, so there's always an abundance of these around. I like to go a little further down than some people do. Some people would stop right here, but I like a little bit of extra onion flavor in there, because why not? I'd say that's about a 1/4 cup. We're about to get this thing real happy now. I'm gonna throw some of this bacon in there. I'm gonna leave 2 pieces just to garnish it, make it look good at the end. But I'm just gonna crumble this right up in there. And don't worry, kitchen police, I wash my hands, so it's all good. I mean, there ain't much more satisfying than that. Crumbling up some bacon. Oh yeah. I'm gonna start giving this a good little mix and get all this incorporated. And it's about halfway happy right now, but we gotta season this stuff, right? I'm gonna make this like a ranch style dip. And you can either use my Hidden Valley Ranch copycat recipe from the ranch dressing video, and I'll put a link to that up there somewhere and down in the description. If you've already got that made up, you can use it about 2 tablespoons. Or I'm gonna show you a quick and easy way to do it right here. First, I'm gonna go in with 3/4 of a teaspoon of garlic powder. 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder. 1/2 teaspoon of dill. That's what gives that ranch the ranch taste. A teaspoon of parsley, or 2 1/2 teaspoons of parsley. Hopefully my math is mathing. 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. I like using this coarse black pepper. Use whatever grind you like. And now we're seasoned up. So I'm gonna give this a good mix, throw it in the fridge. I'm gonna go take a look at our crackers. It's been 15 minutes, so I'm gonna take these out of the oven. And I'm gonna flip them over onto another baking sheet. I'm sure there might be a better method than that, but I don't know of it. If you do, let me know. That'll peel right off. And this is what it looks like on the other side right now. I'm gonna put these back in for another 15 minutes and I'll show you what they look like when they're done. So when the time's up here, just turn it off and we'll flip it over one more time and let it sit in here with the door cracked for 15 or 20 minutes. Then we'll take it out, set it on the counter to cool completely. Hey in there, little fellas. So after these have cooled completely, you can just break these off if you want to. If you scored them good enough, they'll break right apart. And hey, the good thing is if these are still a little bit wet once you take them out, just throw them right back in the same temperature oven and you're good to go. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but these things are crunchy. You're gonna try to get them to about that thickness. And there you go. Then just take that dip out of the fridge, give it a nice stir. I mean, look at that. Come on now. Let's give this a try. Now, I guess you could serve this right out of Old Yeller if you wanted to, but I'm gonna put it in a container just to make it a little bit nicer. It's kind of like the consistency of a cheese ball. If you want it a little bit thinner, you don't have to necessarily drain all the whey out of the yogurt. If you like a little bit thinner consistency, but I'm telling you right now, this is awesome. And you can finish it up just like this. I saved back a little bit of bacon, put that right on top. And I saved back a little bit of that green onion. And if you want a nice little finishing touch, hit it with a little smoked paprika. Just a little. And there you have it. If you like snacks and appetizers, I put a video together of all my favorite appetizers, and you can find it if you'll click right over here.